हे एवरीवन, वेलकम टू एनसीईआरटी स्टडीज। और अब हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 12 एनसीईआरटी का ज्योग्राफी, फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी। ठीक है, क्लास 12 की स्टार्ट करते हैं रीडिंग। यू हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड ज्योग्राफी एज अ डिसिप्लिन इन चैप्टर 1 ऑफ द बुक फंडामेंटल ऑफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी एनसीईआरटी 2006। Do you recall the contents? This chapter has broadly covered and introduced you to the nature of geography. You are also acquainted with the important branches that sprout from the body of geography. If you reread the chapter, you will be able to recall the link of human geography with the mother discipline, example geography. As you know, geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical and practical. Thus, the reach of geography is extensive and each and every event or phenomenon which varies our space and time can be studied geographically. How do you see the Earth's surface? Do you realize that the Earth comprises two major components, nature, physical environment, and life form including human beings? Make a list physical and human component of our surrounding. Physical geography study physical environment and human geography study the relationship between the physical, natural and the human worlds. The spatial distribution of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world. You are already aware of the fact that the core con of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as home of human being and to study all those elements which have sustained them. Thus, emphasis is on study of nature and human beings. You will realize that the geography got subjected to dualism and the wide-ranging debate started whether geography as a discipline should be a law-making theorizing, nometic or descriptive ideogeographic, whereas its subject matter should be organized and approach of the study should be regional or systematic. Whether geographical phenomena be interpreted theoretically or through historic instrumental approach. These have been issues for intellectual exercise, but finally you will appreciate that the dichotomy between physical and human is not a very valid one, because nature and human are inseparable elements and should be seen holistically. It is interesting to note that both physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from the anatomy. We often talk of the face of the earth, eye of the storm, mouth of the river, snout nose of glacier, neck of the isthmus, and profile of the soil. Similarly, regions, villages, towns have been described as organisms. German geographers describe the state country as a living organism. Network of road, railways and waterways have often been described as trees of calculation. Can you collect such terms and expressions from language? The basic question now arises: can we separate nature and human when they are so interactively intertwined? Human geography defined. Human geography is synthetic study of relationship between human society and Earth's surface. Synthesis has been emphasized in the above definition. Human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the undersetting man and unstable earth. Dynamism in the relationship is the keyword in sample definition. Conception resulting from a more synthetic knowledge of the physical law governing our earth and of the relationship between the living being which inhabitate it. Human geography offers a new conception of the interrelationship between earth and human being. Nature of human geography. Human geography study an interrelationship between the physical environment and social culture environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. You have already studied the element of physical environment in class 11 in the book entitled Fundamental of Physical Geography NCERT 2006. You know that these elements are landforms, soil, climate, water, natural vegetation, and diverse flora and fauna. Can you make a list of elements which human beings have created through their activity on the stage provided by the physical environment? Houses, villages, cities, road, rail network, industries, farms, ports, items of our daily use, and all other elements of material culture have been created by human beings using the resources provided by the physical environment. While physical environment has been greatly modified by human beings, it has also in turn impacted human lives. Naturalization of human and naturalization of nature. Human beings interact with their physical environment with the help of technology. It is not important what human beings produce and create, but it is extremely important with the help of what tools and techniques do they produce and create. Technology indicates the level of culture development of society. Human beings were able to develop technology after they developed better understanding of natural laws. For example, the understanding of concepts of friction and heat helped us discover fire. Similarly, understanding of the secret of DNA and genetics enabled us to conquer many diseases. We use the law of aerodynamics to the develop fast planes. You can see that knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and technology loosens the shackles of environment on human being. In the early stage of their interaction with their natural environment, humans were genetically influenced by it. They adapted to the dictates of nature. This is so because the level of technology was very low and the stage of human social development was also primitive. This type of interaction between primitive human society and strong forces of nature was termed as environmental determinism. At the stage of very low technology development, we can imagine the presence of naturalized human who listened to nature, was afraid of its fury of and worshipped it. The naturalization of human. Benda lived in the wild of Abhujamed area of central India. His village consists of 3 huts deep in the wild. Not even bird or stray dog that usually crowd village can be seen in this area. Wearing a small lion cloth and armored with his axe, he slowly surveyed the panda where his tribe practiced a primitive form of agriculture called shifting cultivation. Banda and his friend burned small patches of forest to clear them for cultivation. The ash is used for making the soil fertile. Benda is happy that the muha tree around him are in bloom. How lucky I am to be part of the beautiful universe, he thinks as he looks up to see the mahua, palsha and sal tree that have sheltered him since childhood. Crossing the Penda in a gliding motion, Benda makes his way to a stream. As he bends down to scoop up a plump of water, he remembers to thank Loi Lung, the spirit of the forest, for allowing him to quench his thirst. Moving on with his friend, Benda Q on succulent leaves and root. The boy have been trying to collect gajra and kulcha from the forest. These are special plant and Benda and his people use. He hopes the sprite of the forest be kind and lead him to these herbs. These are needed to barter in the Mahadi or tribal fair coming up the next full moon. He closes his eyes and tries hard to recall what the elder had taught him about these herbs and the places they are found in. He wishes he had listened more carefully. Suddenly, there is a rustling of leaves. Benda and his friend know it is the outsider who have come in searching for them in the fields. In a single fluid motion, Benda and his friend disappeared behind the thick canopy of tree and become one with spirit of forest. Human being on nature of resources which sustain them. The physical environment for such society become the mother nature. The people being to understand their environment and the forces of nature with the passage of time. With social and culture development, humans develop better and more efficient technology. They move from a state of necessity to a state of freedom. They created possibility with the resources obtained from the environment. The human activity create cultural landscape. The imprints of human activity are created everywhere. Health resorts on highlands, huge urban sprawls, fields, orchards and pastures in plains and rolling hills, ports on the coast, oceanic routes on the oceanic surface and satellite in the space. The earlier scholar termed this a possibilism. Nature provides opportunity and human beings make use of this slowly nature gets humanized and start bringing the imprints of human endeavor. Humanization of nature. Winter in the town of Trondheim mean fries, wind and heavy snow. The skies are dark for months. Cut the drivers to work in the dark at 8 am. She was a special tire for the winter and keep the highlights for her powerful car switched on. Her office is artificially heated at a comfortable 23 degrees Celsius. The campus of the university she worked in is built under a huge glass dome. This dome keeps the snow out in winter and let in sunshine in the summer. The temperature is controlled carefully and there is adequate lighting. Even though fresh vegetables and flowers don't grow in such harsh weather, Carrie keeps an orchard on her desk and enjoys eating tropical fruit like banana and kiwi. These are flown in from warmer area regularly. With a click of the mouse, Carrie can network with colleagues in New Delhi. She frequently takes a morning flight to London and returns in the evening in time to watch her favorite television serial. Though Curry is 58 years old, she is fitter and looks younger than men 30-year-olds in other parts of the world. Can you imagine what had made such a lifestyle possible? It is technology that has allowed the people around him and others to overcome constraints imposed by nature. Do you know about some other such instance? Such examples are not difficult to find. A geographer, Gifty Taylor, introduced another concept which reflects a middle path, Madhyam Marg, between the two ideas of environmental determinism and possibilism. He termed it as no determinism and or stop and go determinism. Those of you who live in cities and those who have visited a city might have seen that traffic is regulated by lights on the crossroads. Red light means stop, amber light provides a gap between red and green light to get set. Green light means go. The concept shows that neither is there a situation of absolute necessity environmental determinism, nor is there a condition of absolute freedom possibilism. It means that human being can conquer nature by obeying it. They have to respond to the red signal and can proceed in their pursuit of development when nature permits the modification. It means that possibility can be created within the limits which do not damage the environment, and there is no free run without accident. The free run which the developed economy attempted to take has already resulted in the garden greenhouse effect, ozone layer depletion, global warming, receding glacier and degrading lands. The new determined conceptually attempt to bring a balance, nullify the other or dichotomy. Human geography though the corridor of time. The process of appreciation, adjustment with and modification of environment started with the appearance of human being over the surface of earth in different ecological niches. Thus, if we imagine the beginning of human geography with the interaction of environment and human being, it has its root deep in history. Thus, the cons of human geography have a long temporal continuism through the approaches to articulate them have changed over a time. This dynamism in approaches and thus show the vibrant nature of the discipline. Earlier, there was a little interaction between different society and the knowledge about each other was limited. Traveler and explorer used to disseminate information about the area of their visits. Navigation skills were not developed and voyages were fraught with danger. The late 15th century witnessed attempt of exploration in Europe and slowly the myth and mysteries about countries and people started to open up. The colonial period provided impetus to future exploration in order to access the resources of the region and to obtain inventorized information. The intention here is not to represent an in-depth historical account but to make you aware of the process of steady development of human geography. The summarized table 1.1 will introduce you to the broad stage and the thrust of human geography as a subfield of geography. Warfare of humanistic school of thought in human geography was minimal concern with the different aspects of social well-being of the people. These included aspects such as housing, health and education. Geographers have already introduced a paper, A Geography of Social Well-being in the postgraduate curriculum. Radical school of thought employed Merrickson's theory to explain the basis causes of poverty, deprivation and social inequality. Contemporary social problems were related to the development of capitalism. Behavioral school of thought laid great emphasis on lived experience and also an perception of space by social categories based on ethnicity, race and religion. Fields and subfields of human geography. Human geography, as you have seen, attempt to explain the relationship between all elements of human life and the space they acquire over. Thus, human geography accumulates highly interdisciplinary nature. It develops grows. यहाँ पे टेबल है ब्रॉड स्टेट एंड थ्रस्ट ऑफ ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी इंटरफेस with other sister discipline in social science in order to understand and explain human element on the surface of the earth. With the expansion of knowledge, new subfield emerged and it has also happened to human geography. Let us examine the field and subfield of human geography table 1.2. You would have noticed that the list is large and comprehensive. It reflects the expanding realm of human geography. The boundaries between subfields often overlap. What follows in this book in the form of chapter will provide you a fairly widespread coverage of different aspects of human geography. The exercise, the activity, and the case study will provide you with some empirical instance so as to have better understanding for its subject matter. Table 1.2. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.